Get off the sidelines and take control of your financial future at www.tackletrading.com. Get in the game.
All right, we're here with Coach Keith King on a wonderful Saturday. Coach Keith, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Cam. I hope you are doing well as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So a lot of volatility in the market, and usually that means a flight to safety for the dollar. What have you seen this week?
Well, Cam, this was a very, very exciting trading week. It could have been a little nerve-wracking if people had too much long exposure without proper risk management. But here's what I saw this week. I saw that U.S. markets, starting actually the week before on Friday and leading into the 5 days this week, experienced huge selling. What is happening is that we're starting to see reports that inflation is in fact picking up. And that's kind of ironic because the Federal Reserve, and at least for the time being, the present U.S. administration, has been favoring a weaker dollar. Now, basically, as far as dollar or currency trading 101 goes, if the dollar weakens, that simply means costs are going to go up in the U.S. Costs for whatever. We're paying for things in dollars. So we are getting that phenomenon referred to as the flight to safety. With the dollar weakening and inflation starting to rear its ugly head, markets were tumbling, but that meant that investors worldwide want to put money in the dollar. They know that it tends to be the safe haven. So we had been seeing just the opposite for the last 13 months. We saw very strong markets and a very weak dollar. So beginning this week, the dollar started to really perform very strongly. It had great trends up, bullish trends against most of the other majors, for example, against the euro, the pound, the Aussie, the Canadian, etc. The only other currency that was stronger than the dollar was the Japanese yen, and that too in its own way is considered a safe haven trade since Japan and its location away from, say, like flashpoints like the Mideast tends to be stable. But as we got back to before, I saw a lot of volatility in the market, and if you know how to trade it, Cam, volatility can be such an amazing thing to trade. Markets were dropping very quickly on Monday, on Thursday. We've actually had two of the biggest ever drops in the Dow Jones Industrial Index, with drops over 1,100 points and over 1,000 points. Even in the crash of 2008, we didn't see quite the size of these point drops. So I saw a lot of things, but those two factors jumped out. Volatility picked up because U.S. markets began to worry about what they've been asking for all along, a sign of inflation. Well, they got it, and that caused worry. Worry and fear always drive markets. Volatility increases, tends to make the markets drop. And by the way, on Friday, at least some stability came back in. The Dow index was down about 500 points. From that point, it rallied up 1,000, from negative 500 to positive 500, settling in with about a 300-point gain. So it was a really fabulous week, Cam.
Amen to that. Well, it is unsure times, and people do freak out, but as long as we got Coach Keith King, we're going to be okay, guys. Thank you so much for your Forex report, and we'll catch up with you next week.
Thanks for all you do for us, Cam, and the reports are coming your way, folks, so you can read up exactly about those two things, how the dollar strengthened and how we can profit from that, and what we can do to protect ourselves with the increased market volatility.